Today on Mini-Lesson Mania, we'll be learning about addition word problems.
Addition is a math operation in which two or more numbers are added together.
Many of us first learned addition by using our fingers to solve small problems. As addition problems get bigger though, you'll need to use a math strategy or have an additional tool like scrap paper to show your work. Calculators do come in handy from time to time, but we can't always rely on them.
Aw, man!
Even if you've got your math facts down, when we toss in a bunch of words instead of using symbols, it makes addition problems much harder. Have no fear though, we should think back to the basic concept of what addition is to help us succeed. You see, the word addition is full of synonyms and phrases that tell us that we need to add. We just need to carefully pay attention to the words we're being shown. Words like plus, combine, altogether, total, and sum, spelled S-U-M, tell us to add. Phrases like all in all, more than, or increased by also tell us to add. So here's how we can become excellent solvers of word problems. We should start out by reading the problem very closely so that we can fully understand the situation. If you need to read a problem a second time, that's fine as well. Alright, let's try reading one. Rachel has 8 toys. Bob has 4 toys. How many toys do they have all together? Let's take this all in for a second. This problem has 3 sentences, and the last sentence ends with a question, which is very common when we come across word problems. Now that we've read it once, we're going to revisit the question to look for important addition words or phrases. You know, the ones we discussed before. When we see an addition word, we should highlight it, star it, or do something special to make the word stand out. Can you find the word in this problem that tells us that we need to use addition? The magical word that tells us that we need to add is the word altogether. If you were able to pick that word out, you're off to a good start. Next, I'm going to make sure that I completely understand the situation. I may want to visualize or draw what I read in the problem. Maybe Rachel looks like this with her 8 toys.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And Bob looks like this with his 4 toys. No, wait, scratch that. Actually, Bob looks more like a pirate. Arr! So at the heart of this problem, it's simply 2 separate people that have decided to combine their toys, and now we have to figure out how many they have when they do this. In terms of adding numbers, I simply need to add 8 plus 4. I might be able to do this in my head, or I can write out the numbers. After doing some quick addition, I find that the answer is 12. If you got this one, then great. But let's do a couple more to test out your skills. Mike and Lisa were playing basketball. Mike scored 20 points and Lisa scored 14 points. How many points did they score in all? Try to find that key word or phrase that tells us we need to add. Did you find it? The phrase in all tells us we need to add the 2 numbers together. Next, we need to think about the situation. Okay, Mike and Lisa were playing basketball. They both scored a different amount of points, and the question is asking us to combine both of their scores. Let's see, 20 plus 14 gives us a grand total of 34 points. If you got this question right, fantastic. Let's try one final problem. Every year for his Boy Scout troop, Steve sells tubs of popcorn. Last year, Steve sold 70 tubs of popcorn, but this year, the number of tubs he sold increased by 15. How many tubs of popcorn did Steve sell this year? To solve this one, we should browse the problem for any math addition words or phrases. Did you find any? The phrase increased by tells us that we're going to take one number and add more to it. In this case, we're going to be taking Steve's total sales from last year, which was 70, and add 15 to it, giving us a grand total of 85. Here's a summary of what we learned today. When you're given a word problem, read it in its entirety so that you fully understand the situation.
Be on the lookout for key words that tell you you need to add. Star, highlight, or do something to make these words stand out. Visualize the situation so that you get a full grasp of what's going on. Finally, make sure that when you're adding numbers together, you do so with accuracy. These steps, combined with hard work and paying attention in class, will put you on the path to being an addition word problem pro.
We'll catch you next time on Mini-Lesson Mania.